Hello Igraspers, welcome back to your weekly news capsule. In the words of Oprah Winfrey, be thankful for what you have. You will end up having a lot more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough. So let's get ready and always step up to being grateful for everything. Today's news highlights are: PM Modi urges citizens to nominate inspiring people for Padma Awards 2022. India sees lightning strikes as well as flash floods. Sher Bahadur Deuba takes over as Nepal PM. Space tourism, not science fiction anymore. California and Nevada brace for record-breaking temperatures. Incredibly rare glass octopus photographed by scientists in Pacific Ocean. Novak Djokovic equals Nadal and Federer's record by winning Wimbledon title. And last but not the least, our F2 segment before we end the capsule. It's time to begin with the national news segment.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called on the citizens of India to nominate deserving candidates for the highest civilian awards in the country, the Padma Awards. The Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri were instituted in 1954 and are announced on the occasion of Republic Day every year. This time, the PM himself has tweeted out saying that the country has many hardworking individuals who often do not get recognized. Therefore, he has called upon the general public to nominate inspiring people who are working at the grassroots level, with the deadline for nominations being September the 15th. So, Igraspers, if you know someone who you think is deserving for the highest civilian awards in the country, nominate them on the website padmaawards.gov.in.
Himachal Pradesh last week has seen torrential rainfall, which has led to massive landslides and flooding in the state. There were several images that went viral of houses and vehicles being swept away by the deluge. Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh have also seen several lightning strikes that have hit people. India actually sees an unusually large number of people struck by lightning, which experts have concluded comes from people seeking refuge from storms under large trees. In fact, scientists say that being under a tall tree is actually one of the worst places to hide out during a lightning storm, as lightning is more likely to strike you then.
Sher Bahadur Deuba takes over as Nepal PM. Nepal has a new Prime Minister, Igraasp. Sher Bahadur Deuba was sworn in last week as the Nepalese Prime Minister after the Nepal Supreme Court gave a verdict on the ongoing political upheaval happening in the country. The lower parliament was dissolved earlier after party alliances fell through, but now the Supreme Court has ordered the appointment of the Nepali Congress president as PM. Deuba, although appointed, will still have to get a vote of confidence from the House to ensure his tenure as Prime Minister continues.
Last week, Virgin Galactic's founder, Richard Branson, and his 5-member crew blasted to the edge of space aboard his spaceplane, the SS Unity. This has kickstarted space tourism. The company will send tourists into space starting early next year for $200,000 to $250,000 per ticket. The world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, will also blast into space on July 20th aboard his company Blue Origin's spacecraft. With this, the two companies will compete for suborbital space tourism. Suborbital flights can only take passengers to the edge of space and back. Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, on the other hand, will make orbital trips that will cost each passenger millions of dollars, but will allow them to spend days or weeks in outer space. Here's wishing all these pioneers the best for innovating and making science fiction a reality.
The West Coast states of the United States of America, including California and Nevada, are seeing a massive heat wave. California has a place called Death Valley, where the temperature recorded has been 54.4 degrees Celsius. The National Weather Service of the country has advised people to drink plenty of fluids and to primarily remain indoors in air-conditioned spaces. It is so hot that firefighters have said that most of the water being dropped by planes to extinguish wildfires evaporates before reaching the ground. These abnormally high temperatures are a product of climate change and therefore must be taken seriously, Igraspers.
An incredibly uncommon glass octopus was spotted by a team of researchers in the deepest parts of the Pacific Ocean. It is rarely seen due to the great depths at which it swims. During a 34-day expedition in the Phoenix Islands, researchers were able to spot this amazing creature twice near the island's protected area. The only visible features of the octopus are its optic nerve, eyeballs, and digestive tract. The glass octopus was first discovered in 1918. Scientists have only been able to analyze it in a small way after it was eaten by predators. In addition to the glass octopus, the researchers spotted other marine species during their 182-hour dive. Interesting, isn't it?
Hi Igraspers, did you know that us humans are responsible for polluting a lot of seas close to cities? Well, meet JellyfishBot, a robot that helps keep these water bodies clean. JellyfishBot is currently operational in 15 French ports and has also been exported to countries like Singapore, Japan and Norway. The device is just smaller than the size of a suitcase and can get into corners and other narrow spaces where cleaners with nets are unable to reach. JellyfishBot is controlled manually via a remote, so it makes something tedious like trash picking a fun activity.
Last week, two of the biggest international football competitions had their finals, with Argentina lifting the Copa America and Italy getting their second Euro title. For Lionel Messi, this was his first trophy with the Argentine national team, with Angel Di Maria scoring the only goal in the final to take the victory 1-0 over Brazil. This win ended Argentina's 28-year wait for major international success, with their previous championship win happening in 1993 against Mexico, also in the Copa America. On the other side of the Atlantic, Italy emerged victorious to beat England on their home turf at Wembley, with the final going all the way to penalties. The Azzurri held strong and came out on top 3-2 in the penalty shootout to take the title back to Rome.
Last week, we saw Novak Djokovic equal the record for most Grand Slams won by a male at 20. He joins Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal with his win at Wimbledon, beating Matteo Berrettini in 4 sets to win his 6th title. In the women's finals, Ashleigh Barty became the first Australian woman in 41 years to win the Wimbledon singles title. She defeated Czech national Karolina Pliskova in 3 sets to add to her maiden Grand Slam victory at the French Open in 2019. There was also a reason to feel proud as an Indian, as 17-year-old Samir Banerjee won the Wimbledon boys singles title, beating Viktor Lilov 7-5, 6-3 to lift the trophy. Banerjee is an Indian-American junior circuit player who at one point ranked 19th in the world during this year's French Open. We are super proud of him here at Igraasp.
Former world champion Vishwanathan Anand managed to finish second in the Croatia Grand Chess Tour after a clutch performance in the final 2 rounds. Anand faced his longtime rival Garry Kasparov twice in the course of the tournament and managed to defeat him both times. His final 18th round game was against Alexander Grischuk to finish with 21 points and be comfortably in second place. The tournament was won by Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, who had managed to score 22 points and thus edged out the Indian Grandmaster for the title.
city of Dubai is now home to the world's deepest 60-meter pool, with the Guinness Book of World Records also verifying it. The pool, which is owned by a company called Deep Dive Dubai, has a depth of 196 feet, with it being primarily used as an indoor scuba diving facility for training and recreation. So Igraasp, if any of you always wanted to go scuba diving but were too afraid of the open waters, this pool can give you the key experiences and skills needed to succeed in overcoming your fears.
The world's tallest sand castle, weighing nearly 5,000 tons and towering at 69.4 feet, was completed in the small seaside town of Blokhus in Denmark. 4,860 tons of sand was used to make this intricate structure suggestive of a pyramid. Dutchman Wilfried Strijger created the sandcastle, assisted by 30 of the world's best sand sculptors. Above the sandcastle is a model of the coronavirus wearing a crown to represent the power of the virus in the world.
The word of the week is flummox, which means to be confused. I feel so flummoxed when mummy says I can use gadgets to attend classes but not play games. The riddle of the week is I am a number, but if the letter G is added to me, I go away. Which number am I? I am number 1. When you add G, I'm gone.
Can you guess who? This esteemed Indian actress, singer and producer won the Miss World pageant in the year 2000. She became the United Nations Goodwill Ambassador in 2010 for her charity and goodwill work. While she has received the Padma Shri in 2016 and the Dada Saheb Phalke Award in 2017, she became even more popular for her role as Alex Parrish in Quantico. You got it right, it's Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Did you know that Priyanka's autobiography Unfinished works to inspire all to pursue their dreams? We are proud of your iconic work.
Did you know that Pluto was considered as the 9th planet of our solar system till 2006? It was later removed from the list and given the status of a dwarf planet.
Quiz time! How many Earth years does Pluto take to revolve around the Sun? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. Answer to the last week's quiz. The British Empire was the largest empire of the world. They ruled close to 171 countries of the world at different times in history. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Debashish Sarkar of Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear iGraspers, this week we dive into the invention of Hugo Cabaret. Hugo is an urchin, a petty thief on the streets of Paris. His most prized possession is his late father's notebook containing a series of drawings of automated machines that resemble humans. But when the shopkeeper in the toy shop for which he works for confiscates his notebook, little does he know that his life is about to change forever. Catch up this quirky piece of literary brilliance and drop in your feedback on igraasp.com/iClub.
This brings us to the end of today's news session. Express your gratitude for what you have, and it will open your eyes to the multitude of blessings that surround you. So until we meet again next week, remind yourself of the good things of your life and be thankful for everything you see. See you next week.